Well, good evening, everybody. I just saw my little thing I finally set up is working. So, we're gonna let that play. We're gonna probably let the ads play for a minute and let everybody get in. I'm hoping the pre-rolls is turned off proper. We'll see. How was everybody's weekend? Everybody have a good time? Anybody do anything fun? I found a different Christmas playlist. Everything is suspiciously on track. Ooh. There we go. Okay, good. Don't worry. It's only gonna hurt for a second. Yeah. I saw that. Somebody just reacted to a thing I was talking about doing soon. One of these things is not like the other. I just saw my camera options. I'm like, something's not supposed to be Yes, always allow. We've had this conversation every time. Okay, there we go. So we have to do... Okay, then. There's like a win... So we're painting up Santa Claus. I literally couldn't find anything else, and this was like literally a model I just got last night. I don't know why there's a hazy, like, dreamy look to everything. My best guess is I forgot to clean the camera. Hi, Jack. Good. Why are you so quiet?
Sorry.
No, it's like I can't hear you kind of quiet. Here, let's try 200%. Jack.
So I got me.
Okay, is that better? Are you there, Jack? There we go. Yeah, I can hear you. I don't know why it is. I don't know what it is. Your thing has been really quiet.
With this mic?
Oh, you're louder now. I don't know if people can hear the music. If you can, then cool. We're painting up a Santa Claus by... Why did I not write this name down? Because it's not the normal person we go with. This is somebody else's. This is by Bendy Buddies. This is their Santa Claus. Santa Claus Buddy or Father Christmas model. I do love how I am now noticing the super bad... I should have fixed it when I thought about it. The supports were really bad. Like, super thick on this thing when I was pulling everything out. Like, I'm pretty sure some of his hair is... What was that?
He almost fell and broke his back.
No, it's... If you look carefully on the model, if I get it closer to the camera, you see all those little indents?
Yeah.
Those are all supports that basically the stuff that printed here stuck to the supports and not to the actual model.
Oh, fun.
Now, the easiest way to fix this would be to use some kind of filler paste, let it dry, and then paint this later. Sand it down and then paint it later. I just noticed part of his hair is missing.
Oh, that's not good.
Well, you wouldn't even know if I didn't point it out to you.
Fair enough.
The candy cane broke. That's, for a model like this, that's not unsurprising. A model like this, I almost expect something like the candy cane or the Christmas sack to come off. So I wasn't too worried about that. I should have used the other supports because there was two different types of supports, but I went with the ones that looked closer to what I normally use.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. If I don't trust the supports, I do it myself. But I was like, you know what? Let's paint it up. If it doesn't work, I'll just do Minecraft like I was planning to do tonight. Because I've done some background work. Not a lot of background work. Well, kind of a lot. It's complicated. I'm doing some prep work right now. Because I'm doing one of those projects where it's like, I'm starting one of those projects that will hopefully allow us to finish another project. I might quickly switch over to it while we're letting this guy dry, just so I can show it off. But I'm starting a very big project because I was like, you know what? I need to start getting some other farms going. Let's get one of the easiest farms, which is a slime farm. Okay, so slime farm is like this weird, it's easy when you... I think the melon had to go home. Yeah. I'm getting a slime chunk farm ready. Because I found a really nice one right by my base where it's like two chunks right on top of each other.
I'm sorry about that though. It clicked out.
All I heard was something clicked out.
Yeah, I accidentally clicked out.
Like I said, I don't know what it is, hun, but you are really quiet. Even after I bumped your audio up.
Even after I think it's just my voice.
Are you using your PC or your phone?
For this call I'm using
Hmm?
I'm using the Chromebook.
I think I know.
The rate is like
So if you go to your audio settings, if you know how to get there. I'm going to test something and see if this works. Hi, Urjanka, and Merry Christmas. Yeah, if you go to your audio settings, there should be an option for input. There's going to be something like gain or something like that. Raise that all the way up. You'll be... Yeah, it just says click time in the bottom right corner of your Chromebook. Select audio settings, select the volume slider. Under input, move the microphone slider all the way to the right. that should bump your mic up because I'm guessing it's a USB mic. Or just a general mic. And now you should blast my ears out when you start talking.
It did.
That's all the way to the right.
Is it good?
It's better. Might just be the mic. Weird. And you're just using a normal, like...
I just got a Razer mic. A USB one.
Weird. I don't know why you're so quiet then. Because you're maxed out now on Discord. You are sounding a little bit louder, and I've also turned the music down.
Weird.
This is where I've now had you turn this up, and you're going to call somebody else with a mic, and also you're just going to blast their ears off. Where is it? Where is it? User settings. Video. Hey, how about you go to Discord and go to settings and voice and video? Also, now you're cutting it out. And check if your input volume is all the way up. I'm trying to run through I'm using my troubleshooter brain right now, so I'm like, okay, what is your problem? Anywhere I can grab without like getting paint all over the fingers. You there, Jack?
Yeah, I'm there.
So yeah, all your input volumes, if they're all up, I should be hearing you louder.
Is this better?
Like I say, it's better. It's like you're still really quiet, and it's like I know when I have like Shiny or somebody pop in, she's gonna drown you out.
Oh.
Like other than turning the music off, I can't think of what else to try. I figured. Yeah, and then you keep having that little thing where your bitrate goes down, where you're just losing connection. When you talk. I mean, it also could just be the mic is really quiet. Is just for some reason really quiet. Alright. Do we quickly want to show off the Minecraft world? Because I don't have anything else until this guy's dry, and we can put the next two coats on. in theory, he should be a lot of reds, whites. His shoes will be black. Yeah, yours is bit right now, hon.
Oh.
Like, it's like your mic is peaking now, which... Okay. Here, we're gonna pause it. Let's see if you just all of a sudden out of nowhere get super loud. Hello? Yeah, now I can hear you doing stuff on your table.
Hello? Yeah. Going to I had to talk a little louder.
Well, and then you're talking louder, but then the problem is it's like you're peaking your mic so bad that you're cutting out. Because it's like when you start talking, it's like all of a sudden the bit rate just starts, your voice starts to start garbled.
So when I turn the input sensitivity up,
which should just make you louder.
Yeah, but from what you're saying, it's overloading the mic a bit.
What kind of mic is it? Honestly, that's one of those things where you have to keep playing around with the settings and tweak it. That's all I can think of. Because you have Discord's maxed out on input volume on your end, and I've maxed you out on my end. I can't think of what else could be causing this. Unless you've got like some kind of volume control for your mic on your thing. Okay.
Lag on my end.
Lag for the stream or lag for... Okay, I figured while we let this guy dry real quick, I'm going to show you. You go now. Thank you, game. Hey, Discord, thanks for almost doxing me.
No, just...
1 second.
technical difficulties.
was all like, hey, we need to talk. It's like, ah! Okay. And I'm pretty sure we lost Jack. Hi, Rajanka. Why is that so low? I thought you cut out there for a second, sweetie. There we go. Yeah, I'm gonna put this over here. Fair enough, sweetie. I literally just... I do like the fact that now it tells you all when my ads are coming up and I can see them so I can pause some stuff. I was going to show... Thank you, game. We did some progress. So, we're still mini painting. I'm waiting on the model to dry a little before we get anywhere. Nothing on this end is going to look like we've done anything. You will notice the levels have gone up some. Pay no attention to the chests. I've been just slowly collecting iron and just slowly building hoppers because I figured this is one of those things I can finish it offline and then show it to you guys when it's done.
I realized I was on mute.
Oh, sweetie. But yeah, I've been kind of just also AFKing the last couple of days, just letting these hoppers fill. But I was starting to tell you all about a little project I've started. We're gonna start building a this is about 2 chunks with an extra 2, so standing here, so 2 blocks in, all the way down there to 2 blocks away from that wall, 2 blocks away from that wall. This is a slime chunk. I'm going to be slowly digging this out between streams because this will take forever until I can get a
I remember digging a giant chunk out just because I was bored. You dug a lot of this.
yeah. I dug most of this out off stream. And there's still a lot more. Funny enough, I do know. So, this goes all the way down. I dug straight down to check what's there. What's straight under us. This is basically that area I have my mining area start in. But I forget where it is. Yeah. Okay, so this is why I was showing this off, because one of these days this is going to be hilarious when I get far enough down. This literally goes into where my enchantment room used to be. So now what's going to happen is this enchantment room, depending on when I dig it out, I'm hoping I unintentionally did this right. It should be somewhere around here. This is going to go... There will be a window that lets you look into the slime chunk farm. But the other funny thing is I dug straight down. It's going to come into this area. So I'm going to literally have a bunch of this chunk get cleared out. Now, I don't know if this area messes with the slime chunk spawning. It might. Because I haven't seen any slime spawning here. So who knows? I might be digging in the completely wrong place, but still digging out 2 chunks means I can get a ton of resources. But since it's really, really boring doing that, we're doing it off stream.
Yeah, I would assume so.
Yeah. But I've moved my enchanting table over here, and I'm going to decorate and make it look like it's this little, like, hidden grotto thing once I get all the books in. So, yeah. Next time we stream, I'll probably figure some stuff. I might do some digging on stream. With this, I do have some TNT. We might do that.
Have some redeems ready for you.
Some what?
Some challenges. Like some challenge redeems.
Ah. But yeah, I hope to have this finished before next stream. Why is the music not there? Yeah. But yeah, I hope to have this thing done, at least functioning done, and then we can decorate it on stream.
Ooh, okay.
I'm big. This is my super smelter. Once this is built, and all the fuel is filled in these hoppers. Yeah, basically once these two hoppers are full, this will start filling. And once these start filling, then basically I can just have an unlimited fuel source.
Ooh, nice.
So, yeah. Now, what I'll probably end up doing at some point is I will extend these guys out. Because technically with this, I think these only can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They might need some kind of repeater system to make them all fire off. So what I might have to do is I might have to do it that way. I might have to make it to where this cart will just go all the way down. But I'll make this like way further longer that way. Until it hits water or something. Just so I can have a way more filling the farm up. Because what we might eventually have to do is we might have to have a... Worst case, I'll have to have a destruction chamber. At the very end here, where like over here we'll have like a fire pit that'll light up this area when I decorate it. And that'll also be the destruction chamber. For the overflow chamber.
So this is all just for bamboo, right?
This is all... So the bamboo is a fuel source, but it's also so I can just have a ton of bamboo. I really, if I wanted to, could take all this bamboo, fill it up into that chest, and have that chest ready to go. But then I'd have to wait for this chest to fill again before I could start using the hoppers fully. The intention is, because bamboo is basically unlimited, I could literally just have an unlimited farm. I think the only more efficient, like, fuel source... obviously there's better fuel sources, but they're... Hi, Jabito.
You're both so beautiful and sexy.
Well, that's Jack, but alright.
Hello.
You're very pretty.
Why, thank you.
How you doing, Shiny?
That's not shiny.
Oh, I thought it was shiny.
That's Jack. That's Jack
Sorry,
Melon.
Do I sound like shiny?
No.
No,
No, seriously.
I just thought I saw the.
She,
I thought I
she's
saw
in
the
the
name.
she's in the chat.
I thought I saw the name Shiny for some
No.
reason. Come, let me see.
But yeah, this is my little bit of progress I have going right now.
Sorry, Jack.
No, you're fine.
Shiny, you're a cutie.
She's our favorite little bottom.
Yeah, she's a heavy
No.
bottom. Because she's got a heavy one.
I mean, she can have a big bottom. She's still our little bottom.
You know, I was gonna say this was wholesome, but it started to turn.
Listen,
Yeah, I just
listen.
like
This
keep it
stream has an 18+ warning for a reason. We will use it.
I mean, it couldn't hurt to be a little wholesome.
Yeah,
On this Christian Minecraft server.
I just like teasing her. That's all.
Wait, that's contradictory.
Yes.
I just like teasing,
The
trying
heck?
to make her feel good.
No, now it's wholesome again. In a weird 18+ way.
I just think it makes her feel good and happy inside. That's why I tease her about.
Okay, does anybody have a candy cane I can lick?
Oh,
I
you
only
lick
have
it.
peppermint.
Sorry, I had to, because it's like, oh, we're going wholesome. I'm like, nope.
How are you gonna lick it?
Wait, is that a rule here? We are not allowed to be wholesome?
No, I was fucking with you. And to answer your question, Jabito, long, slow, and savoring.
So, I hope that it's gonna be very hard. Really.
This is wrong.
When it has
Well,
been
it-
right.
No, if you look at the screen, I probably forgot to fix the camera. Ooh. Thank goodness I was wearing safe.
orientation settings.
It's just literally because I'm using my cell phone camera. It's like, no, you have to actually follow this. And thank God I was wearing pajama pants.
A good cell phone camera for.
It is a Galaxy Note, whatever a year or two ago was. Sorry, Galaxy Ultra.
Yeah, yours
We
is
don't-
way better than mine.
It actually does like a really high 4K. The problem is they're like, yeah, we don't recommend using 4K for streaming or video calls, and I'm like, fine. This is even my best
Well,
camera.
you
Technically, my
told
best camera is a DSLR. I can't answer that without typing it, Shiny.
Oh no. What did Shiny do?
Shiny asked if I had a particular candy cane. The answer is yes and no.
I think I might know what she's talking about.
Oh, if you saw Blue Twitch, you knew exactly what happened. I forgot to upload the VOD though.
Oh boy.
We had a guest star on Blue Twitch.
Ooh.
I had somebody helping me do the voice work for the game we were playing. I have yet to hear how I sounded, so I'm like, I don't know if it's gonna suck or not. I don't know why I'm not skipping. It's fine. I will let Last Christmas play because it's almost done.
I mean, if you are voicing, I doubt it's gonna be bad.
Listen, I already asked in a certain chat on Discord if people wanted me to start doing some audios. I just have yet to find an audio I want to attempt to practice with. Enjoy the lurking. I was gonna make fun of you because I know what you're doing.
Is Bianca up to no Shiny? Is Shiny up to something?
She's lurking. I love how I just see her stuff pop up and she's playing Minecraft too. I'm like, mm-hmm. Oh, are you kidding me? The Human Disguise model has a Christmas hat. I could have painted that. The only thing I don't like is it doesn't have a hat I wear. Yeah, she wears a beanie.
I mean, a beanie's pretty good too, man.
Well, it's this model looks almost suspiciously like my Human Disguise.
How
Here.
much alike?
If you've seen any pictures of Human Disguise or if you've seen any pictures of Human Disguise or have seen any Blue Twitch streams where I've sort of flashed some of it, you tell me. I mean, certain proportions are a little off. They're closer to model proportions than they are IRL proportions, but they're close enough. Funny enough, she does wear a cross like I do. To be fair, mine's a reliquary. Ah. But yeah, this model we're gonna probably paint come January because next week I'm pretty much off. The fuck was that?
Huh?
Nothing. But yeah, I was explaining, so pretty much starting next week, I think I'm only gonna really have maybe like 2 nights for sure I can stream. This week I already know I only have like 2 nights I can for sure stream. Give or take.
That's...
Well, tomorrow night I can't stream because I'm doing some stuff with family. Wednesday night, I don't know what time I'll be done with family also. So I'm not going to make any promises to stream the next 2 nights. I can for sure stream Thursday night. Worst case, we might do something Friday night to make up for all this. Maybe we'll actually do a Blue Twitch stream night on an actual like Friday instead of a random night.
That would be nice.
Well, because then we could do the clever naming scheme where it's a Fan Friday. Fill in the gaps there. But yeah, yeah, we might do something. I do have somebody who was asking me to do some stuff on VR chat soon, so if they want to stream it, we will. To be fair, I would rather hang out with them first and then do that kind of stuff. Although, funny enough, they're like one of the few people I know I could stream with on a few different places. Oh yeah, this week's pretty much dead. Next week, I know I can do Monday night. I can't do Tuesday night. Now, the funny thing is and then so yeah, next Monday night I can stream. Tuesday night can't because I got family stuff. Wednesday night I might be able to. Thursday night all depends on what time my flight for my trip I'm taking. I'm visiting some family. So,
Where's she going?
a hellscape that is full of debauchery and sin. That's just hot.
Oh. I've heard it being called somewhat like a hellscape.
I said a hellscape full of sin and debauchery.
Dang it, that's the more.
There's only a few places like that in America.
Yeah, but I'm not educated on this type of places.
They're gonna set my soul, set my soul. Fortune's won and lost on the roulette wheel. I could literally start singing it, but there's one particular part that made I sing it will give away where I'm going.
Where are you going?
Oh, we got an ad starting in 5 minutes. Okay, it's supposed to be once an hour. I've seen I've seen 3 fucking ad breaks. That's not right. Creator dashboard, monetization, ads. Really? It's supposed to be ad minutes per hour, 3 minutes, once an hour. I turned pre-roll ads off, I do know that. And then I'll fix that later. I at least have a thing now that tells you guys when my ad breaks are starting. I don't know why it's being dumb. I told it to do 3 minutes once an hour. Oh wait, this is Twitch. Why am I surprised?
Oh, that's not good.
It's Twitch. They're just like, oh yeah, you said this, but we're gonna actually do 6 minutes, but you only get paid for 3. Sort of dumbass deal. Alright, who's snoring? Hmm?
Well, it ain't me.
Jabito.
Wakey, wakey.
don't know if I should be complimented that my voice puts people to sleep or be insulted.
Maybe it's my sultry voice.
Chipito. Chipito, you motherfucker.
Jeez. Right in my ear.
I just don't feel like reaching over to Discord and fixing that. Like I said, I don't know if I should feel insulted or complimented the fact that he keeps falling asleep to me.
Honestly, I would see it as compliment. I mean, cause think about it. You do have a good voice.
Mm-hmm. Are we not gonna actually get Santa Claus fucking finished tonight? That's gonna annoy the shit out of me. Oh, good, the ad break's ending.
I'm not subscribed.
Yeah, I don't think I have any subscribers right now. Or if I do, they're like Prime memberships.
I'm not subscribed yet. I didn't get any ads.
You might have gotten one, you just didn't notice.
Let me type something. No, I don't have a badge.
Yeah, let's say. Like I said, I don't know.
I mean, well, I'm not complaining.
Well, it's probably because I played around with the settings. Well, I have not been getting any fucking ad revenue. Ugh. No, I'm getting that no matter what in like a couple of days. Yeah, I was trying to see where my subscribers were. Eh. Yeah, I have 0 subscribers right now. Let's pop it back. Alright, do we have anything that looks close to a fucking Coca-Cola bread?
Hand paint a cold logo on his back.
To be fair, that's a very accurate Santa then. Though, to be fair, with the big buff arms, I think it's a creatine powder is what he's doing. Ho ho ho, motherfucker. I don't know where my Krampuses are. I have two different Krampuses. I have one Krampus chasing down two kids, and I have like a lady Krampus. Funny enough, right by me, I actually do have a Krampus picture.
Of the Krampus?
Hmm? No, I have a picture of Lady Krampus, and it's by the same artist who did the concept art for Lilo and Stitch. So, Lady Krampus... Lady Krampus is thick like Nani. To be fair, I think I have like one picture. Yeah, there's like two pictures right by here where I can't turn the camera right now. Because my thirsty ass has to have a lot of pictures.
What kind of picture? I don't know.
Let's see here. I have got some Captain Tushy art, which is the Playghoul models and the Vault Girl model. I've got Chris Sanders, Lady Krampus. I've got 4 of Miss Icy Art's Halloween pinups. I have one picture for sure I can't show, which is her OC Henriette, the Mime Girl, on a motorcycle. But she's relaxing after a post ride on her motorcycle. Is how I can describe that image.
There's only a few ways you can really relax. So.
Well, she's standing on top of the bike in a specific pose.
Okay.
And I can't describe anything else. And then we've got 2 posters from Green Rabbit Press, who does this really nice art, and they silkscreen all their stuff. So these posters are also silkscreens, so they're these really like intricately painted posters. And I know at least 2 of the 5 posters I have are also blacklit activated, or at least their paint looks different in the blacklight. Well, I figured that out one day. I knew one of them was for sure blacklight because there's a witch I have on the other wall. Because on my other wall, I've got 2 posters of 3 posters. Sorry. Oh, I've got 6 then. Yeah, 6. I've got. Okay, if we're gonna count the tapestry, I have 7. If you've seen my Blue Twitch streams and you've ever seen me like IRL stuff, there's a poster of 3 rabbit girls on my door. That's Green Rabbit Press. But the 3 posters on the other wall to my right are all blacklit activated. And then I've got 2 pictures from Ule Tiger. If you know who she is or who her friend Taigatan are, you know what her art looks like. And then I've got 2 more Miss Icy art.
Is Ule Tiger the purple tiger?
Ule Tiger, her original OC, I don't know what she uses now, she might still use it, is this pink sheep goat girl. I'm trying to think. She's done some. I'm trying to think of anything safe for work I can mention she's done.
Is it that bad?
Her picture's not so bad. One of them is Piccolo. So, yeah, not bad. And then the other is her OC tied up in a microphone string. But she's wearing safe for work clothing. Ish.
So it's dangerously on the fence.
Yeah. Oh, my entire office, if I were to ever accidentally show it off on Twitch is like dangerously approaching getting in trouble. Hell, I've got a calendar I'm looking at of Tiefling Melissa. That's the uncensored version of her calendar of this year. Heck, I've got a Dimwit Doggo thing that's within eye level that I had to have the censored version on. Hell, all of the models I paint for Blue Twitch are on shelves right next to me.
If I were ever in your room, I would just sit in a swivel chair and slowly rotate.
Yeah.
And everything.
I can never give a proper room tour of this place. I would have to take like half the posters and hide some stuff to do a room tour.
You would have to do it on Blue Twitch.
Oh, I would have to do it on Blue. Well, if I wanted to show it proper, I'd have to do it on Blue Twitch. But the whole point of my office is also it's soundproof, or at least soundproof enough.
So they can't hear the screams.
Exactly. But yeah, I occasionally on Discord will post pictures of what the office looks like. Hell, there's a contest I just entered for a life-size 3D printed Raven model.
Ooh.
Yeah, understand this. It doesn't come with her leotard. I had to figure out what to do about that. Okay, I need to figure out what to do about his beard. And then we also need to figure out what to do about his skin tone. I think we're going to be lazy and we're going to use the generic skin tone.
No, not the laziness.
The what?
Not the laziness.
If I had properly primed him before this, I wouldn't be having a problem. Yeah. It's not lazy when it is a good looking skin tone. Because that's the nice thing about the Vallejo game colors. Is I just put it on, and then in the crevices of him, I just put like a Reichland flesh shade. So it looks like he's got veins.
Veins for days.
Well, considering this Santa looks like he could probably. Like I said, this Santa feels like he could rip his shirt off, and it's like he's kicking your ass. It's like, oh, Santa. It's like Santa's not a paladin or an eldritch being or a warlock. No, he's a freaking barbarian.
Listen, Santa has been spread through so much mythology at this point. You wouldn't want to mess with him. Do you remember Jack Frost, the Santa in that movie?
Was there a Santa in Jack Frost?
Yeah. At the beginning, I think he was literally carving a train made of ice.
Is this the Jack Frost where Dad has to go away for work? Dad dies while. Yeah, which Jack Frost? Is this the one where Dad goes off? Dad has to go off on a trip during Christmas. Dad dies, but the kid plays a harmonica and brings the dad back to life as a snowman.
No. It's the one with the. It's the animated one with the Sandman.
Oh, that's not Jack Frost. That's something of legend.
I don't know.
It's the one where Sandman's the Guardians of something. Legend of the Guardians. Yeah, an immortal winter spirit who was once immortal by and the main protagonist of Rise of the Guardians. I think there's supposed to be a book series they're based off of too.
Wait, really?
Yeah, Rise of the Guardian, pitch. Yeah, Hugh Jackman's the Rabbit. Alec Baldwin is Santa Claus, or he's called North. Chris Pine is Jack Frost. Jude Law is the Sandman. I could have swore it's based off of a book. Trivia, Jack. It's a lot. Well, yeah, it's a loss of innocence story. I think the book, if it is based off a story, I think its story, if I remember right, the book goes into it a lot more. Because like there's a lot of parallels with like the characters that used to be mortals now. Guardians situation.
I'm so tempted just to say the Guardians of the Galaxy.
It's Guardians of Legend or Rise of the Guardians. It was supposed to also turn into like a whole series with DreamWorks, where they were planning to make like a bunch more movies. I think they tried to make a sequel and it just didn't do so well.
Honestly, it wasn't that bad. It was really good, honestly.
The sequel. Okay, so this is one of those situations where it was a successful. It's remembered successfully, but box officely it failed.
Okay.
Because this is a thing that Hollywood likes to do. If they don't want a movie to succeed, they'll purposely make it come out at weird times or out of season times. They purposely do weird stuff to basically use it as a tax write-off situation. It is.
Make the movie. Even if they make the movie.
Oh yeah, no. There's a perfect example recently of happening. There was supposed to be a Batgirl movie that was going to come out straight to streaming, but the current CEO of Warner Brothers, aka HBO Max, is a greedy asshat who purposely likes to get projects to a certain point and then cancel them for tax write-offs.
Why?
Because he's a greedy asshat. This is the same guy who turned Discovery Channel into who turned TLC, Discovery Channel, and Animal Planet into. It turned Animal Planet into shows that were vaguely about animals, but were mostly reality TV shows. It turned Discovery Channel into mostly Naked and Alive and a couple of other science adjacent reality TV shows. TLC just. If you've seen any of the shows on TLC and that reality TV crap, that was him. Also, why History Channel was nothing but Ancient Aliens for like the last couple of years.
Ancient Aliens.
Because basically what he was doing is he wanted these cheap, easy to produce TV shows where you could just have an entire crew of people come in, just record like one or two people or a family of people. You get like 6 seasons worth of content out of like 6 months of recording.
Oh my goodness, he's the cheapskate version of a movie producer.
No, he's also a movie producer. Because he owns HBO Max now. He owns Warner Brothers. So all the DC shit coming out right now, all the DC shit that came out before James Gunn took full control was because of him. It's why they were purposely pushing all these movies to movie theater when everybody's like, why? We would rather just watch it on streaming. So, he's the reason for that. And if movies don't, he's a jackass. Well, like I said, he's a jackass. He purposely will like get content he'll purposely get like TV shows and movies all the way to the point where they're almost ready to release and then purposely cancel them to make them tax write-offs. He's the reason why Discovery Channel, HBO, and a couple of other things are all now together. Not because they're saving money, but because nobody was buying Discovery Plus. So he's just like, screw it, we're going to just put all the Discovery Plus stuff on HBO, and then say, hey, look at all this content we added to HBO Max. Please subscribe to this almost $30, what is it up to now? for the commercial-free version of HBO Max.
Literally just dumped garbage on your plate and said, "Here,
Here,
pay
we're giving you
extra for this."
Here, we're giving you content that you don't want, so you can pay extra for it. Oh, and we're gonna make you also pay extra to not have ads. Because
They're
you don't like
literally
ads.
They're literally saying to your face, "We know you know this, and we know you're gonna watch it anyway."
To which point I go, yar har fiddle dee dee.
You made a fool of me.
No, do what you want because a pirate is free.
Oh.
For legal reasons, pirating is bad and you shouldn't do it. Okay?
Yes.
I'm just saying if you keep pushing content nobody wants, people are eventually going to go yar har fiddle dee dee.
You know Meat Hut?
Sounds familiar.
It's basically where people record movies and post it.
Oh, there's many different versions of that, sweetie.
Yeah, but the one I'm talking about, it does ads, which probably is why they get away with it.
Potentially.
And
Potentially.
yeah, which it's pretty good because I can watch an entire movie that I could pay a lot for no reason, streaming it. It's great because I get to watch what I want.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing is, most of my streaming services I end up using anyway, but I only have like 3 streaming services I use right now. The rest I acquire through technically legal means. I can go into a whole explanation of how legality of like piracy and stuff like that works. Technically, oh no, here's a fun fact. There is actually nothing wrong with you. There is technically nothing illegal about you going to a website that has uploaded something and downloading from that website. The only time there, the only illegal part of the entire part of piracy is when you upload. Is when you upload the content without permission. That is the only point that you can actually get sued over for legal reasons. Because here's the fun fact. It's not illegal to pull the files off of your CD or DVD and put them on your computer. In fact, Windows used to have that built in, and all these companies got pissed off because people weren't buying the digital versions of the music. So they pressured Microsoft into getting rid of it. It used to be built into Windows XP and Windows Vista in Windows Media Player. You could plug a disc in if you had the right kind of disk drive and be like, would you like to pull your songs off of this disc? Yes. Would you like them to save your computer? Yes. Fun fact. Also fun fact. Did you know that technically that's the same thing you do when you plug in a disc into your disk drive? Into like your game console? When you put a DVD or CD into a disk drive, it is making a copy of those files and saving it to a temporary memory stick so that it can play that audio. It is then deleting that audio when you take the disc out or when you turn the machine off.
But instead it's just saying, hey, I'm going to copy this instead of delete it.
Which is one of the reasons why when Sony and a couple of others tried to sue, they're like, isn't that exactly what your disk drives do when somebody plugs a disc into your disk drive? And it's one of the reasons why now when they try and sue for that, the judges just quote that court case and they're like, fuck.
Also, I think another reason why it's not illegal to download something like that is because they'd have to go after a lot of people.
It's a gray zone. So what that situation is it's a gray zone. You can't prove what I'm downloading was illegally uploaded. Now, when you're using the software that a lot of those sites like to use, which is called torrenting, which also is not illegal because there's legal reasons for using a torrent. I've actually had to use one for a legal reason. What happens is when you download a torrent, it then re-uploads a copy so that there's always a good copy that can be accessed of this file. That's where things get into this gray zone, because as long as you download it and you don't let the torrent re-upload, it's not a problem. When it re-uploads is when it gets into this kind of gray legal area. To be fair, you should be nice and you should every once in a while do it to help other people who are acquiring stuff. But at the same time, you're in a legal gray zone when you're doing that. All companies like Sony can do is set threats and cease and desists. But they can't really do much about it. Unless you are like objectively like pirating something to where a judge is going to be like, yeah, no, you're stealing their shit.
Man, just they send threats and cease and desist. That's just pathetic.
Listen, it will never beat what Hasbro did, and I will remind people all the time that fucking Hasbro did this. They sent fucking Pinkertons. The Pinkertons. If you've played Red Dead Redemption, you know what the Pinkertons are.
Hold on. What? Oh no.
Yes.
What did they...
You wanna know why they sent the Pinkertons?
Flip they... What?
The Pinkertons are still a thing. They are based out of Switzerland now. They used to be based here in America.
What did they do?
Oh, they fucked up and sent a person a card for review. To be fair, the card they sent them was not supposed to get released when it got released. It was supposed to get released a couple months later. Instead of just sending this guy a letter going, hey, can you please take the video down and then re-upload it in a couple of months? Or, hey, we didn't mean to send you that card. You can go ahead and review it now. Just next time, check with us before you upload a video. Sort of deal of our stuff. Nah, they sent the fucking Pinkertons to break into this guy's house, threaten to beat the crap out of him and hurt his family, just to take this card back.
Holy crap.
Because that's what the Pinkertons do. That's all the Pinkertons are, is they're a legal loophole corporations can use to threaten people.
What the heck?
It's one of the reasons why the Pinkertons were used in before unions formed in history. Because what would happen is when places started kind of like when workers in the past wanted to start forming things similar to unions, they would bring the Pinkertons in because you could pay the Pinkertons to beat the crap out of people when the cops were like, this is illegal, you should be doing this.
Meanwhile, they're paying Pinkerton saying, you shouldn't be doing this, but this is not illegal.
Oh, Pinkertons are mercenaries. Pinkertons are a fun little like mercenary situation where it's like, you technically shouldn't be doing this, but we're not going to stop you. Just encourage them not to make unions. Just encourage them not to make unions. Whatever way you can. If it's illegal, we don't know that you're doing it.
I'll say this though, that's one heck of a message to send to people to not mess with their company.
Do you want to know what people's responses were to that? Because the reason we now have unions, by the way. So a lot of corporations forget strikes are the peaceful option.
Oh no.
It used to be, hey, your boss is basically working you to literal death. Hi, we're gonna come to your house at midnight while you're asleep, wake you up, and remind you who actually makes you money in this company.
Oh no.
I like to remind any CEOs that are potentially listening, that is the peaceful option, is a strike.
That is ominous. Very ominous.
It's almost like I'm trying not to talk about politics and news right now, and what's going on with a certain big corporation that's adjacent to something we're doing right now. Bezos. You know what your company's doing.
I don't.
Look up what's going on in New York with Amazon.
Am I gonna be disgusted?
Yes. Let's just say a bunch of employees got pissed off, said, screw it, we're forming a union. And Amazon is refusing to acknowledge that union. To the point where they have been spraying the street with water during the middle of winter, and they've even now been spraying sewage at them while these people are out striking. Yeah, and they've also purposely had cops blocking people from being able to interrupt the delivery of scabs that have been working for the company.
Scabs.
Scabs is a term for people who will cross company lines. They got that name for the people who would earn their scabs for crossing the picket line. If you ever hear a term, unions using a term scab, it's somebody who's willing to work outside of the union for the company during strikes, basically. So, yeah. We don't like scabs.
Scabs are the worst.
Scabs are just people who are hoping if I keep working for the company during this union, I might get a good chance of getting better pay, when in reality what's going to happen is the company's not going to give two shits about you in 2 months.
They're like, oh, look at this. They're not going to pay attention to it.
Oh, look at this person who's willing to do whatever we say. We're going to make you now work 30 hours. We're not going to make you work 60 hours a week. You're never going to see your family, but don't worry, you're going to have a badass looking paycheck. We swear. Oh, by the way, we're also going to take a bunch of shit out in benefits so that you don't actually get all your money. But you're also not going to really get any access to those benefits.
In reality, they just tax you to death for the overtime.
To be fair, the only reason we're taxed to death is because we refuse to do the pre-Reagan. So, pre-Ronald Reagan, because we can go through that fucking history lesson, and politics. Pre-Ronald Reagan, we used to tax anyone who made, let's just say, name any famous billionaire right now.
Bezos.
Yeah, we'll go with Bezos. For no discernible reason. Pre-Ronald Reagan era, we would tax somebody at Bezos' tax level between 90 to 70%. And the average American is about what they're taxed right now, if not a little bit less. because of how much money we would get from taxing, say, 90% of $1 billion, we were able to put those money into social systems that helped create multiple jobs, helped medical, helped schooling, helped with a bunch of different things. Certain politicians over the year, because this was a post-World War II thing that happened. Post-World War II, we're like, you know what, we need to make the economy start booming. What can we do? Well, here's a couple of things that worked in these countries that everybody else is starting to adopt. Let's do the same thing. We're just not going to completely adopt everything. So we tax the rich at 90%. We do a bunch of other stuff. We're putting all this money into public works systems that give the people back, basically allow the people to pull themselves out of situations. Also, fun fact, minimum wage during this time used to mean minimum living wage, not how low can we pay you. This is why you'll hear your grandpa or somebody older talk about how I worked a minimum wage job and was able to afford a house and have a family of 4 and blah blah blah. It's like, because minimum wage used to mean minimum living wage, not minimum how much can we pay you.
Did they just name it that and say, hey, wait, we noticed it doesn't say living wage?
Yes. It's almost like a bunch of crappy rich people said, how can we screw people over? Let's put this crappy rich person in charge who's going to encourage us to send a bunch of our... Fun fact, the reason why there are so many like factories and stuff in China now and other countries... Reagan. There's a meeting that Reagan had just before he ran for president, or just after he won his first term, where he brings a bunch of these corporations to a hotel room. You can actually look up this meeting. And he tells these corporations, here's how you can basically undersell all your competition and have a bunch of cheap stuff while only having to pay the taxes on importing it. Send it to these third world countries where they're starting to have these booming factory industries. Have all your shit built there, only have to pay the taxes on importing it and everything, and then you charge the customers way more so that you make a ton of money.
Isn't that kind of like what tariffs are, but worse?
That is tariffs.
Oh, yeah.
That's all tariffs are. Tariffs are the taxes that get put on the company. And instead of the company just saying, we'll pay the difference and eat that cost, they say, nah, fuck that, we're going to charge you 50% more of what this thing costs, then yeah. Because you have to think about like you have to think about like this.
I have trouble.
Your cell phone only costs maybe like $30 to make. And I'm being very generous with that.
Oh.
So you paying $1,000 for your phone is literally you're paying for the badge and the OS.
Oh. Well. That makes sense.
Yep.
My dad kept saying every time you buy a name brand, you're just paying for the logo.
Yep. You are literally paying for the logo. That's all you are. That's why it's even funnier when you have politicians complaining about how we need to bring stuff back to this country. It's like, you did this. Your team did this. And you have the audacity to complain about it. Your team did this. Now you're realizing, holy shit, nobody has work here and we're all complaining about it. It's like, your team did this in the 80s. And you're bitching about it now because you're seeing the repercussions of your actions.
Like, oh crap, we scored a goal. Why did we do that?
Hell, I like to point this out. If it hadn't been for Reagan, a lot of stuff that people are calling issues right now wouldn't be issues. They would have just been made laws back in the 90s or maybe early 2000s, and we wouldn't be talking about it. It wouldn't be a problem because everybody would have just been used to it. Yep. There's a reason why there's an entire generation of people who disappeared during Reagan's era. History lessons with Nami.
This is actually pretty fun.
Yeah. That's why it's like I'm trying to make this like more of like it's a history lesson.
And who said streamers can't be educational?
Well, streamers very much can be. It's just yeah. There's a there's a whole thing with like talking about. There's a very long list of just a bunch of shit that if it hadn't been for that motherfucker, the country would be in a much different financial situation right now.
You know, I'm struggling just to find out how I'm gonna pay for a car. How? Man.
Yeah, there's a horrible joke I can
You know,
make
I
right.
think I'm just gonna
There's a horrible joke I can make
I
right
think I'm
now,
just-
but yeah.
I think I'm just gonna stick with my bike for now. Ooh, good news actually.
To be fair, what you should do instead of trying to go and get a newer car, get something used and more reliable that you can actually afford the payments
Oh
on.
yeah. Yeah, that's been my plan.
Yeah.
Because, well, actually no, I have thought about. Anywho.
Also, if this is your first car, if this is your first car, you want your first car to be a clunker. You want your first car to be a clunker so that it will teach you how to take care of a car. So that you don't have to worry about taking it to a mechanic unless you actually have to. Because being able to change a lot of the fluids except for like your oil and stuff will save your ass. Being able to change a battery will save your ass.
How many simple things could save me? I'm guessing there's
On your car alone, being able to change your own tires, replace your battery, change your wiper fluid, change your wipers, check your tire pressure, check your oil pressure, because you can always add oil. It's just when you need to change it, it's a lot easier just to have somebody who can put it on a lift and just dump it. Changing your oil is not hard, it's just it's time consuming work.
and messy.
And well,
If you're
to
not
be
careful.
if you're not careful. If you've got the right pan to do it, you can do it really quick. But yeah, unless you really want to learn to do that yourself, that's depending on the deals you got, you might have somebody who does like a $15-20 oil change near you. Or there's almost always somebody who's got like some kind of oil deal on sale. I don't always recommend Jiffy Lube because Jiffy Lube is almost always going to be like, oh yeah, it's a $30 oil change, but also we're going to recommend you do your transmission fluid, we're going to do a bunch of other stuff, somehow it's turned into $150.
Yeah.
And you're questioning why the hell you even did all it. But your car does sound like it's running better at least.
apparently they won't. Sometimes they won't even do anything. They'll just wait for you to come back.
Well, they have to at least change the oil and say they did that. Everything else is, yeah, they don't have to actually do much. But yeah, Jiffy Lube's one of those places that can be a little scummy, so I don't always recommend them. If you've got some little mom and pop oil change place, go to them. Because if they're gonna charge you $150, they're charging you $150 for like actual work.
No, I'd rather learn how to do it myself.
Oh, honestly, it's better to do it yourself. It's just paying somebody to do it for 15 minutes while you go into a gas station or something, or go to like the 99-cent store next door. Real quick. It's just always a nice option too.
How many things in a 99-cent store is actually 99 cents?
Anymore? Not much. I remember when 99-cent store actually used to be 99 cents.
Yeah.
And it was weird to see anything above $1.
Thing with Dollar Tree. I mean, there's still things for $1, but now they just bumped it up to $1.25.
Well, yeah, that's the whole point. Is because they basically know you'll pay for it.
That's the thing. They're smart. They only raised it 25 cents, and because they know we'll pay for it.
Well, as long as you think you're still getting a deal. It's the same reason why everybody hates the fact that McDonald's got rid of the dollar sodas and stuff. Because they know you'll pay for it. They know you'll happily pay for it.
I mean, I always carry a bottle with me in my pocket.
Well, so for the longest time, McDonald's used to have any size drink for $1, which just means everybody was buying the large soda. The problem is some bean counter went, hey, we're losing money by just everybody only buying large sodas. To which point I'm like, then only sell large sodas for $1. Like, you only need the kids cup and the large. If people are only buying the large.
I mean, that's me and my dad every time we go to we just go to the drink dispenser and just get a large.
Yeah. That's what I said. It's like that was pretty much everybody when they had the dollar every size drink. Which I think now Wendy's has the dollar every size drink, which is even funnier. Because of course Freckle Bitches does.
That's a name.
If you've played Saints Row, you get that reference. I think he's almost surprisingly done. I'm just trying to get as much on him as I can. And then I'm actually going to, funny enough, have to take pictures of him and probably make this my last upload to TikTok. I have a backlog of stuff I need to upload to TikTok, but with TikTok being in the air right now of where it's going to be in January.
To be honest, I hope it gets deleted.
Have I not had this conversation with you?
Huh?
Have I not had this fun conversation with you?
What, TikTok?
Yeah. So, you know how everybody's saying...
Yeah, I know.
Well, you know how the government keeps saying, oh, it's a risk from the Chinese government? Want to know a fun fact about ByteDance? ByteDance is owned by an American company called CapCut. So TikTok is technically an American company. It's just its main offices are based out of Taiwan and China.
Hold on, because wasn't Did it? Yeah, it originated in the U.S.
It originated in Taiwan, and then China's like, we want that app too.
And they bought it.
And because China refuses to call it. By the way, I have now been banned from China by saying this. Taiwan and China are separate countries. China's basically like, well, it's Taiwan, so it's ours too. It's ours too. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. If TikTok was a security risk, then you need to ban Facebook. You need to ban all iPhones. You need to ban all Google phones. You need to ban Temu. You need to ban most computer parts. You need to ban pretty much most electronics. And a lot of apps. Let's see here. Oh, you have to ban like half the cars on the road. The amount of shit that is made in China now that could potentially be used to exploit the American people is so astronomically large that the fact that they're specifically targeting TikTok is because they are targeting the American people. Because TikTok did one thing that no other social media was able to do. It got us all talking, and it got us all talking in a unified manner where we're all like, wait, we're all starting to focus on the same idea, and we're all starting to realize, hey, wait a minute, these aren't actually the people that we should be listening to. And the government went, oh shit.
Oh. That's a good thing, so not. Well, not for them.
It's a good thing for it's a good thing for the American people. It's a bad thing for the American government and billionaires.
I hope people wake up, because then we won't be so dumb.
Oh, people are starting to wake up. It's the same reason why Luigi is so popular right now, because everybody's laughing their asses off. Nobody's feeling bad for the fact of what he did. I can't say what Luigi did. Just understand this. I think he just proved he had more cojones than Mario. And I could have swore I saw Luigi over here in town. I don't know where he was. He wasn't in New York. I can skirt around this as long as I want, but all I need to say is Luigi beat Bowser.
I'm dumb. I'm not getting this at all.
Luigi, I forget how to pronounce his last name, is the guy who Goomba stomped a CEO a couple of weeks ago. Specifically a CEO in charge of United Healthcare, which is a very fucking corrupt health insurance company. Yeah.
Wait, UH?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
That.
My Mimo was just talking about this. Because her UH card ain't paying for anything anymore.
Yep.
From Walmart.
Yep. Luigi is the guy that they theorize Goomba stomped their original CEO in broad daylight. Fun fact, they're trying to mark him as a terrorist when in reality what he did was just cold-blooded Goomba stomping. But the fact that it was a CEO of a corporation, the government is saying what he did was a terrorist act. I'm like, he didn't cause terror.
He's making us lose money. He caused our boo-boos. He's a terrorist.
No, he didn't cause boo-boos. He threatened the oligarchical class. I mean, He threatened billionaires and the American people. He threatened the ruling class, and the ruling class are trying to clap back by trying to make him the bad guy, when in reality what happened is everybody looked at that and went, okay, that man's an actual hero. Because that man did what the Punisher would actually do.
Man, what I would give to see that.
Oh, you can probably still find videos of it, because it's hilarious, because it's like, he literally just walks up to the guy and made sure there was nobody else around the CEO when he did it. Goomba stomped him. They found 3 bullet casings that said deny, defend, and depose. And everybody's trying to figure out what his manifesto was. And I'm like, if you don't know what his manifesto was after the fact that he carved those words into bullets, you're either an idiot or you're getting paid a lot by people who don't want you to say what the manifesto was. And we've been blacklisted on Twitch.
What? Hold on.
Because if I actually say what he did, it will really get me in trouble. The fact that I hinted it by saying bullet casings should tell you.
Well, yeah, but wait, did actually something happen?
Because I'm talking about it, I've probably gotten blacklisted now.
Did you actually get blacklisted?
No. I probably will be once the stream ends and the bots analyze it.
Oh.
Gotta get
For
that.
purposes unrelated to this is the joke, Twitch. Don't pay attention to any of this.
This
We
ain't a
were
fucking
just
joke.
Doing a bit.
I've already made fun of Bezos twice.
I mean,
The fact that I've almost had Barry several times now sing a certain French song. Okay, so if you saw the Olympics opening, you know that song where they had this woman dressed up as Marie Antoinette and she's holding her head and she's singing?
I don't.
Look it up. Look it up. It's actually really fucking awesome because it's it's the French metal band Gojira performing this opening. I don't think I can play it because I'm pretty sure it's copyrighted. That specific song is what they would sing in the streets when they were looking for aristocrats during the French Revolution.
Oh.
So, Astera, Sera. Yeah.
You said looking for aristocrats. Yeah, because that sounds pretty ominous already.
French Revolution song about looking for aristocrats. That should be enough right there to tell you what that song is about. Fun fact, Santa's done.
Oh.
I just haven't painted the eyes yet.
Gracious. Pull us every which way direction, then reel us back in.
That's purposely what I was waiting for. I was waiting for you all to be like, get back to the painting, Nami. I'm like, I'm almost done. I just gotta paint the eyes.
Good gracious.
Yeah, honestly, this is one of those things where I have no idea how I could... Okay, what should Santa's eyes be? What is Santa's eye color? And of course, we're not going to see any fucking eye colors of Santa Claus. Unless it's like a specific fucking actor. I could just do glowing blue eyes.
What I was thinking.
Here, where's the Coca-Cola Santa? Well, okay, so the modern version of Santa that we know is based off of a Coca-Cola ad where they took the idea of Saint Nicholas and a couple of other traditions of similar old guys who travel around during this time of year and turn them into a thing. Like Saint Nicholas was a thing, Santa Claus was a thing, but a more accurate image of what like Santa Claus would look like, or Saint Nick would look like, is probably, let me see here. Here's Saint Nick. 'Cause Saint Nicholas was an actual person.
Yeah.
Because yeah, Saint Nicholas, although they put him in the red and white, I think funny enough he didn't actually wear that. I think that's just a myth about him.
Just they depict him as because he just went out in his jammies.
He wore like robes and stuff of the era.
So
But a lot of people depict him in the red and white, similar to Santa Claus, because I think he wore it at some point, and that was like what it was attributed to him.
Probably only when he was seen. Maybe, yeah, he was. My brain.
The actual Saint Nicholas, the actual like Christian saint, Catholic saint, basically just wore like red and white robes, and that's kind of what was attributed to him. But there's also images of him having like greens and other stuff. Oh, here, there's the Coca-Cola ad. Can I make it bigger, please? Yeah, so we start to see Thomas at Crispin. Yeah, we don't see Santa Claus in that. Merry Old Santa Claus, January 1st, 1881. Yeah, so there is the character of Santa Claus. 1920s Coca-Cola continued using Nast's image, which, here, I'm going to switch to desktop. So this is the Coca-Cola version. This is the version of Santa we know, which is based off of Thomas Nast's version. Thomas Nast, Santa Claus in advertising. Exclusively, yeah, so it was a Coca-Cola. I thought, the campaign, no. Hold on, continue using Nast's. Okay. Nast relocated Santa to the North Pole, where he included a workshop and building toys. Celebration author Washington Irving has written about Santa and satirical fiction Knickerbocker's History of New York and existing some books. Well, yeah, actual Saint Nicholas looks more like probably this.
I'm not wrong. The original, what he used to do was deliver money originally.
It was
What?
money and a couple of other things to like just help families in need. The German version of him I think delivers oranges. Too good is the poison gas. But if you are a naughty child, Krampus come and kidnap you or chase you around with a stick and beat the shit out of you. But yeah, the version of Santa Claus that we all kind of now know nowadays is this version, the Coca-Cola one.
Yeah.
But it's so iconic that it's literally its own thing. But it's loosely based off of Thomas Nast's version. Because obviously when you're looking at the times here from 1871 and then 1936. Yeah, Thomas Nast, Merry Old St. Nick from January 1st, 1881, Harper Weekly. Yeah, Thomas Nast, Harper's Weekly, the most widely read journal in the United States throughout the Civil War, while Nast is Of the elephant and donkey symbols for the Democrat and Republican parties, this image of Santa greatly influenced the modern version of Santa. Nas depicts Santa as a small elf-like who supported the Union. Oh yeah. And this is the first time you see Santa Claus as a fat bearded elf. Nas continued to draw Santa for 30 years. Along the way, changed the color of his coat from tan to now traditional red. Yeah, I see it now. Yeah, this is a very basic, quick summarization of it, because there's all the, like, other countries' interpretations of him and all that.
You know, the fat beard, it makes sense now why he has so many.
Yeah.
It's because he's one of them.
It's so the reason Santa Claus, it's literally every country has their own interpretation of Santa Claus in some way, shape, or form. That's why I was saying the German version, we have Santa Claus and Krampus, or Krampus. Or Krampus.
Krampus. What happens if you have multiple Krampus? Is it Krampi?
Well, Krampus Night is basically a bunch of adults dress up as Krampus and go around terrorizing little kids, making them be good kids for the night. And then the next night, if you were a good child, you get an orange. I'm not kidding.
Helmet, Billy.
Which, describing it that way is like, that sounds like the most German thing ever. And I'm like, listen, when there's a word called Schadenfreude, yes.
Why does Krampus sound like my mom?
Why does Krampus sound like Uncle Billy? Why is he chasing me around with reeds, beating the shit out of me?
Uncle Billy, it's me. I don't know who you are.
There's a, I forget what country in Africa. There's a similar thing to it, but this happens all year long. You'll see these people. You'll see this costume, and you'll see images and pictures of this costume every once in a while, and it's this guy who looks like it's literally, this costume looks like it's a running bush.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. That's another similar thing to Krampus in the idea of what it does, where it chases people down. This is when somebody feels like being a dick and the spirit of this thing takes them over. This will just be this will just terrorize towns and villages until it gets out of their system.
I don't know what you're talking about. I thought it did, but I don't.
Who is the African trickster character? Well, it's not Anansi. Anansi is a trickster, but it's not who I'm looking for. African running bush?
He's running from the hedge clippers.
I have heard. What is this damn thing called? It's not a hunting bush.
What's that hunts you?
I don't remember what it's called. I'm gonna remember it when I'm not talking about it. But it's this whole thing of people will put these costumes on and use it to just scare and fuck with each other. But it's like it's supposed to be the spirit of this thing taking somebody over, basically. And there's a couple of people where there was like somebody who was like from that specific country, where it's like, you avoid streets when you know there's somebody dressed as that, because you don't know if a bush is about to stand up with two human legs under it and just start chasing you and mock fuck you. You will discover that you can run faster than you thought you ever could.
Ultimate speed, mock flip you.
It's faster than plaid.
Man, One of the few movie references I actually get.
Yeah, that's Santa Claus. That's as much effort as I'm gonna put into him.
That was easy.
Listen, when he's like 4 colors and everything about him is like 4 or 5 colors, I'm like, we're gonna be done in one night. It's just gonna take forever to dry.
All it took was a history lesson to get through it.
Several history lessons.
Well, yeah.
The fact that I saw people dropping off during my history lesson tells me it's like some of you were like, shut up, Tommy. I'm like, no. I'm not gonna educate you all.
Education. You know, that just shows how many people pay attention during history. Honestly, I like history. It's interesting. I just can't remember it worth crap.
Well, unfortunately, we go back to talking about another conversation we had. Fuck the guy who owns History Channel. Because he's the reason why everything is World War II and Ancient Aliens on the History Channel now. Or, even worse, crappy mockumentaries that aren't real, but are meant to look real.
Oh, you mean like Bigfoot type stuff?
That's more Animal Planet. Because they have to have some crypto stuff on Animal Planet for those people. No, I'm talking. Do I have it within reach? I have a book loosely based off of one of these. I don't think it's in here right now. I think Nero was reading it a few days ago. But it's based off of this. So this mockumentary specifically was actually kind of the coolest one because it's like, hey, what if these scientists found a dead dragon? How would it function? Why would it do these things? Where would the fire breathing come from? Why would the fire breathing be needed? And it was actually kind of cool and made sense. And then they did a Megalodon one, and then they did a Mermaid one. Actually, no, they did a Mermaid one and they did the Megalodon one. And each of them got more and more serious instead of mockumentary.
Oh no. You know, it's all fun and games until they, oh man, we can actually get views off this.
Yeah. Well, that's the problem with,
Now it's just the History Channel for crazies.
It's not even a History Channel for crazy. It's just high. It's also the same person who funded the whole "Could a human get swallowed by a boa constrictor?" Remember that guy?
No.
Yeah. So like a couple of years ago, this guy like built this whole armor that was supposed to be able to survive getting like squeezed and all that. And like he was gonna see what would happen if a certain size boa constrictor could actually like swallow a person.
All I remember is someone building armor that can withstand a bear attack.
Oh, that's a different person, and that's actually a real thing. That guy was trying to build like bear armor to be like able to fight bears, to be able to fight off bears easier when they were in areas. And it worked.
Honestly,
It worked, but it's like at the same time, it's like it's just easier to invest in like bear spray and 10mm ammo.
I mean, the dude spent so much money, and his dream was alive until
It's a cool concept. It's just there's much easier and safer ways to do what he's doing.
To be honest, I was just interested in the suit, but then what it was for. I I mean, I would have loved to just. The dude got hit by a car and got on unscathed.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's the whole point of this armor is it was supposed to basically. It went from being like, oh yeah, it's supposed to survive a bear attack to he was almost unintentionally making like battle armor.
Yeah, the next military grade armor. Next thing you know, he's gonna get royalties in the mail saying, "What's this for?" And it says U.S. military. And he's like, "Oh."
Yeah. The problem is, as cool as something like that would be for the military, it's actually not cost effective whatsoever.
I mean, they could try.
The military has tried multiple times to make stuff like that. The problem is one of two things. It's either so heavy that it's impractical for field usage outside of like key base areas, or if you're gonna have to put a power source on the damn thing, the power source doesn't last that long. So once again, defeats the whole purpose of field usage.
Or option number 3, Operation Juggernaut. No, because that would work on a Juggernaut.
Well, to be fair, Juggernaut's like powered by like Eldritch entity. That's a fun fact. Juggernaut. I forget what Juggernaut's actual mutant power is. I think he just has like. He doesn't have speed. He just has like strength or something like that. The reason he is an unstoppable, unyielding object is because an Eldritch being, basically when he put this helmet on, said, "You're my disciple now. Start running."
Oh, the Juggernaut. Just imagine putting on a hat and all of a sudden the voice starts talking to you and says, "Run now."
It's a regular human. Yeah, oh no, he is actually just. He is just a regular human, but he is Magneto's half brother. Not Magneto's half brother, Professor Xavier's half brother. It is specifically a gem, which is the helmet in some versions, or it's built into the helmet, of a entity known as Cytorak. Yeah, it's. I'm trying to see how it's pronounced because it's not. Kytorak. Basically, Kytorak, species, he's a deity. Nearly unlimited mystical abilities. Banished to the Crimson Cosmos dimension approximately 1,000 years ago. Cytorak built a temple in Asia while competing in Baltic. Blah, 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 blah. Shortly after the maximum car, Stark encounters 2 militant Indians. What was he? Basically, when somebody wears his armor or his helmet, he gives them like the best way to describe it: unlimited momentum.
Yes.
Which is why Juggernaut will just start running and nothing will stop him until he gets tired. Fun fact, Cytorak will not allow him to get tired. So he will only stop when Juggernaut decides to stop.
I want to see a battle between Hulk and the Juggernaut.
It usually happens a lot, and usually Hulk wins because Hulk. Usually, when him and Hulk fight, it's an unstoppable object versus an unmovable object.
I love those types of fights where, you know, an unstoppable force meets an immovable object. My favorite type of fights.
Yeah. Well, that's usually what happens with him and Hulk. Hulk is just usually a little angrier.
Yeah,
But I do know Juggernaut has like gotten close to beating the Hulk a couple of times. Has Juggernaut ever beaten Hulk? Juggernaut has also defeated the Hulk on more than one occasion, so putting his strength level as well over 100 tons wouldn't be a stretch. Somehow Nimrod was more powerful than that and could knock out Juggernaut. To be fair, Nimrod is one of those entities in Marvel that's always going to be like stupidly overpowered.
Nimrod just sounds like an insult.
Fun fact, Nimrod is the name of the king of hunters in the Bible.
I take that back.
Yes. The reason Nimrod is an insult is a fucking rabbit. It's Bugs Bunny.
Oh.
Yes, because he called Elmer Fudd, ah look, Nimrod the Great Hunter. See?
Oh no.
It was a sarcastic joke that made Nimrod go from being a respected term calling you are as great a hunter as Nimrod to, yeah, you're as great a hunter as Nimrod.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yep.
That's just sad.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, to be fair, it's one of those things where it's just that term would have probably eventually become that way anyway. Alright.
One way or another.
Yeah, it's just Bugs Bunny made it perfect. Oh, nope. Alright. I'm gonna let this last ad read go, but we can chat for a little bit longer. Because now we're actually done. I would find something to watch, but I do have to get up in the morning for work.
Yeah, I do too. I want to do more history lessons because it was fun.
Oh god. Somebody just commented on one of my TikToks. I'm like, I don't want to deal with this.
What history, man?
Somebody's commenting on somebody's commented on stuff. I'm like, oh god, don't be something stupid. Oh, it's literally just somebody going, OP, oh. I'm like, you're just making yourself look like you're an actual person and not a bot, aren't you? I'm talking to the person who just did some fan art for me.
Ooh.
If you look on the Discord and you look at spicy art, I was trying to wait for this ad read to start so I could at least say we did, because I could dismiss it and we could go right out. Speaking of, is there anybody that we would like to go raid? If not, I have a couple of options. Let's see, is there anybody who we haven't... Ooh, La Bendita Rosa's on. We haven't raided her in a while. Not really a mutual. She's a mutual, but she's not really a big mutual. Lady Mizuki's on. Holy shit, she's getting big.
Nice art.
We got Sharptooth, who's playing some Elden Ring. We got Caldonia doing some ASMR. Yeah. It's some very nice art, and I'm talking to that me and that person have literally been just like coming up with like different ideas, and I'm like, listen, if you want to draw it, go ahead. I will probably commission you for some stuff too. They haven't said, and I haven't asked yet. I was waiting until I got some paychecks, and I was gonna. It's too late to get a Christmas outfit done by them. When this ad break is done, I will see if there's anybody who has recommendations for who we want to go raid. I've got a few different options I'm looking at. I'm just trying to see who's like got something really interesting. Cause Micah is playing Total War. Nobody's really painting minis. Well, there's one person painting minis tonight. Alright, let's see here. We've got Path of Exiles 2. Marvel Rivals. Elden Ring. It doesn't say what retro game they're playing. Or we could do some Lethal Company, maybe? I need to get a thing that pops up when the ad break starts, so it's just like it's a cover thing, so it's just when I'm talking, everybody knows it's like, hey, there's ads playing. Since you're in Discord chat, you don't really know, so I'm going off. Also, probably starting after the 1st, I think we're going to post something that will give people an option to not have to subscribe unless they really, really want to.
Wait, look, I got...
You got somebody to raid?
Yeah. Made Luna, all one word, with 3 A's.
So slash. God, this is the one reason I miss Stream Elements, is because Stream Elements I can just click a button that said raid. I think there's a way I can put it back into regular OBS. So it's MAAAID. Or how is it spelled? So M 3 A's.
M-A-I-D, then Luna with 3 A's.
MAIDE.
No, M-A-I-D, capital N, Luna, capital L, not N.
L.
3 A's at the end.
So made capital L U N A A. Let's see if it's the right person. Alright. I do not know if we will be back tomorrow. We probably won't. We might be back Wednesday night. If we aren't, then we aren't. I will definitely try and do a stream Thursday night, and we might do a surprise one Friday or Saturday. I don't know. This week's going to be chaos and hectic, so I don't know what's going to happen. And then next week is pretty much a dead week. I'm just going to stream if I can. I might just do some background backlog stuff. But, is that correct if you're looking at the raid? Or can I only see it? But yeah. So yeah. The rest of this week is going to be chaos. I will pretty much be just doing hit and run streams is what we'll call them. So if I stream, I stream. If not, I don't. I might be active in other places. We will see. So if you want, give Twitter and TikTok and all that a follow. And you'll know when I'm uploading stuff. But I hope you all have a good rest, and I'll see you all later. Bye! I'm losing my voice.
Wow, look at the size of this kitchen. It's huge.